Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, students, last time we studied the portions regarding simple harmonic motion, sound, etc. Today we are going to start the new unit, which is unit number 13. This is regarding electrostatics. Electro means electron. This word electro is from electron, and statics means at rest. So this chapter concerns with electrostatics. You know, electricity is one of the forms of energy. Electricity is one of the forms of energy, just like you have read the other forms of energy. Electricity can be produced from other types of energy, such as energy of a chemical reaction. You must have seen in a battery, in a car battery, chemical reaction takes place and electricity is produced. And electricity is also produced in a dynamo. In your bicycle, you put a dynamo for getting light at night. So you can convert energy, electrical energy, from other forms of energy, and these are the two examples. In a dynamo, the mechanical energy produces the electrical energy. In a car battery, the chemical energy produces the electrical energy or gets converted into electrical energy. Electricity has many advantages over other forms of energy. Like, it's a very clean kind of energy. There is no smell and there is no smoke. Second, it is very flexible. By flexibility, it means you can increase or decrease the voltage of it, the current of it. So it is flexible enough to increase the voltage whenever required, or you can increase the amperes when required. Efficient. This electrical energy is very efficient. And four, it can be easily transmitted. It is easier for transmission. So these are the advantages of why electricity is used over other forms of energy. This was just an introduction to let you know about why this portion. Or if you go in and appear in an interview and somebody asks you, tell us a few lines about electricity, so you can talk about these things and let them know. Okay, now we come to what is electrostatics. Electrostatics, as I just told you earlier, it concerns with the study of charges at rest. In this chapter, we will study some of the properties of electricity, like what is an electric field. We'll study what is an electric potential, what are the uses of electricity, and what are the safety measures that you can adopt to be safe from the hazards of electrical shock. Must remember one thing, that electric charge is a property that accompanies fundamental particles wherever they exist. Why is there electrical charge on particles? It is a fundamental property of fundamental particles that wherever there is a fundamental particles, there has to be charge on it, or if it is a neutron, a neutral charge on it. Actually, it is a property just like mass is a property of matter. Wherever there is matter, there has to be mass with it. Similarly, wherever there is a fundamental particle, electric charge is over there, that it has to accompany it. Now we come to the first topic. This was an introduction of electrostatics or electricity, and now we come on to the first topic, 13.1, which concerns the production of electric charge. How do you produce an electric charge? The first thing that you do, take a comb a dry comb, not a wet one. Wet means it should be dry and it should not be oily. Take a comb and run it through dry hair. You know, if you use dry hair, and run the comb through the dry hair and then bring it close to small pieces of paper, you will observe that the comb attracts the small pieces of paper. 2. Similarly, if you take amber or an amber rod and when you rub it with silk, it will also attract small pieces of paper. This property of attraction, or in some cases it is also repulsion, this property of attraction between charges, between substances or charges, is due to electric charge which they acquired during rubbing. So over here, you know, we have talked about how to produce electric charge. You take a comb, run it through your hair and then bring close small pieces of paper close to it. The comb will attract the pieces of paper. Similarly, take amber, rub it with silk and bring small pieces of paper towards it, it will attract them. Why this attraction takes place? This property of attraction which takes place between different charges is due to the electric charge which they acquire during rubbing. By rubbing they acquire a charge and that charge is responsible for attracting the small pieces of paper. We can produce electric charge. Now this topic was regarding the production of electric charge. We can produce electric charge by rubbing a neutral body. You know, when you take a plastic rod or you take amber rod or you take your comb, when it's neutral at that time, it doesn't have any charge on it. We can produce electric charge by rubbing a neutral body with another neutral body. For example, you are rubbing it with fur or you rub with silk. When you start rubbing, it is neutral at that time, but after rubbing, the mechanical action that you do, that does the trick of producing charge. We can produce electric charge by rubbing a neutral body with another neutral body. We can show by an activity that there are two types of charges. So over here, we are trying to discuss how to produce charge. The first example that I gave you was regarding running of a comb through dry air and then bringing small pieces of paper towards it. And in the second example, we took amber, we rubbed that with silk and brought small pieces of paper towards it. And because of this rubbing process, they acquired the property of attraction and they had charge on it, by virtue of which they started attracting small pieces of paper. Now, I will go over this thing and I will recapitulate what we talked about just now. What is electrostatics? Electro means electrons and statics means at rest. So electrostatics is the study of charges at rest. Electricity is one of the forms of energy. Always remember this. It can be produced from other types of energy, such as energy of a chemical reaction or energy of a dynamo. In chemical reaction, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy, like in the car battery, and in a dynamo, the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Electricity has advantages over other forms of energy, and that is why it is very widely used. The first advantage is cleanliness. It is clean, it has no smell, it has no smoke. Second, it is flexible. You can increase and decrease the voltage if you desire. It is efficient, it's very efficient, it doesn't fail you, and then it is easier to be transmitted from the producing station, from the dams or from the generators towards the place where they are required. Electrostatic concerns the study of charges at rest. Electrostatic is the study of charges at rest. In this chapter, we will be studying properties of electric charge or static charges, electric force, electric field, electric potential, their uses and what are the uses of electrostatics, and the safety measures that can be taken to avoid any hazard of electricity. But remember one thing, electric charge is a property that accompanies fundamental particles wherever they exist. Production 13.1, the first topic, production of electric charge. Take a comb, Run through dry air, bring small pieces of paper towards it, it will be attracted. 2. Take amber, rub it with silk, bring small pieces of paper towards it, it will be attracted. This property of attraction between charges is due to electric charge, which is acquired through the process of rubbing. Part 3. We can produce electric charge by rubbing a neutral body with another neutral body. Now we will be showing by an activity that there are 2 types of charges. Earlier we just talked about the charges, we didn't talk about the types of charges. In the next topic we'll cover the types of charges. Thank you.